Hey gang, Urban Gardener with Gray here, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of indoor gardening for this fall season. Now, what we're going to be doing today, a little bit of yellow onions. We're going to be transplanting them. The original story behind these onions is they were actually grown from bulbs to be transplanted into my wife's school garden. But we are on the precipice of the holiday season and they're about to go on break soon. So instead of running the risk of allowing these onions to be no care for 2 weeks, I decided to go ahead and just transplant them into a self-wicking pot so that I wouldn't end up losing them. But don't worry, I'll still grow some more onions for her so that we can have her kiddos actually learn about the process of growing and harvesting yellow onions. So for those of you who are familiar with the channel, or maybe even those of you who are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I might have noticed that I haven't posted in a while. The reason being is I've actually been fairly busy as of recent, because I have been finishing up my Master Gardener class. With that being said, I have taken my certification test and I am officially a Texas Master Gardener intern, and soon, once I complete my volunteer hours, I will be a full-fledged Texas Master Gardener. I'm working on a couple of projects with the Master Gardeners right now. I don't want to reveal what those projects are just as of yet. We fully completed them. Although as soon as those projects have been completed or near completion, I will be revealing what they are because I'm working on some pretty cool stuff with them. Kind of excited to be helping out my local gardeners out here in Texas. But nevertheless, let's get back to the onions. So these onions these bulbs rather, that I started growing, these came as a gift. And it's okay. One thing I gotta say. Make sure when you're gardening, especially if you're a new gardener, get some gardening friends. Get some friends that are interested in gardening because, one, you have someone to share your triumphs with, and also someone to kind of wallow in your sorrow with when you have things that fail. But having a community to grow with really makes a difference. With that being said, one really good buddy of mine, he actually has a channel here as well. He's Urban Harvest Dallas. He came across an awesome deal. Instead of buying bulbs like you normally would do, like at your big box stores, I won't mention any names, you may pay $9, $10 and you may get about maybe 10, 15 bulbs of onions. Well, my buddy, Urban Harvest Dallas, he actually found out that if you go to local feed stores, like a rancher would go to get, feed for their animals, or like I do with my chickens and so forth. He found onions there by the bag. And we're talking about a good maybe 50 bulbs inside this bag, like $4. Now, when it comes to gardening, that's a win. So I highly recommend, instead of going out to the big box stores or even like your Dollar Trees or your Dollar Generals, when you think, oh, I'm getting these seed packets and they're only like 25 cents a packet. Look inside those packets. Those packets usually only have about 10 seeds in them, and they may be dried out. I'm just speaking from experience. So definitely want to check out your feed stores. You get a much better deal. Now, the water that I'm using in particular, I know it looks kind of black and kind of hazy. What's going on there? That's actually just a mixture of soil and fish fertilizer. When I mean fish fertilizer, I'm talking about fish poop. Fish poop from my daughter's goldfish aquarium. Anytime I go to clean the aquarium and I suck out all that algae and all of that fish waste, I harvest it and I put it right into my watering containers. Reason being is because that nitrogen that's in that fish poop, that will feed the plants. And now that we got the onions all pretty much squared away under the grow light as they need to be, I'm just taking a look at some additional plants that I have here in the boom boom room. We have some broccoli here. And we also have, I think this is romaine. I'm not quite sure, because unfortunately I always say that I'm gonna label whatever seeds I germinate, and then I forget every single time. But yeah, so these are some seedlings that's actually doing pretty well. right. And now that we're talking about the indoor gardening, I want to tell you about my Hope Garden. I got this A Hope Garden, and I got it a couple of months ago, and I've honestly been loving this thing ever since I got it. It is a great product. I'm going to actually put the link in the description so that you can get an additional 30% off if you want to purchase one for your own home. But being there right there in my kitchen and being able to grow my fresh lettuces for salads, for burgers, vegetarian burgers, because my family is vegetarian. But it's so convenient having that right there at my fingertips. And this is actually just footage of me harvesting some of the red lettuce. Now, I learned something with growing this red lettuce. This is funny because I thought red velvet lettuce, it's gonna be great, right? Why not? I love lettuce. Red velvet lettuce is the blandest lettuce I've ever had in my entire life. It's funny, when I was telling one of my buddies this, it was like, yeah, think about it. Anytime you've ever had red lettuce or red velvet lettuce, it's always been in a garden mix, when you get from the grocery store, right? That's because it has no flavor. It's great for you. It's high in antioxidants. Anytime you have a vegetable with that purplish color, it's typically an indicator it's going to be high in antioxidants. But yeah, it has no flavor whatsoever. So, but that being said, I can easily take my produce from this A Hope Garden right there in my kitchen and add it to whatever dish I'm preparing, and I love that. Just like with my herbs. Oh, check out these roots here. This root system is amazing. Now, if you found this content helpful, consider sharing it with a friend, possibly throwing me a like. Appreciate you. Enjoy life, enjoy family, and enjoy your garden. Thanks for watching, guys.